What is going on, people of YouTube? My name happens to be Kurtyoy, and I said there'd be a new series, and there is a new series. So welcome to Kurtyoy presents Acca, A-C-C-A, the thing that you use to lose a lot of money every weekend on sports, generally football betting. So I thought, I did like doing predict, but it was getting tiresome. It needed a switch around. So I thought, I like betting, I like football. Combine the both, you've got a great show. Basically, I have a scrap piece of paper and I've wrote down a load of notes as to 4 different accas you can have regarding different categories. Maybe you can mix and match, maybe you can go for all 4, but I put a decent amount of money, I'll say £1, £1 and £5 on each one of these, because I have confidence, and you can't say, oh, do this or bet on this if you're not going to have confidence in it. So, here we go. I have 4 different rounds. First round is wins, second round is scores, third round is both, and fourth is European. Round number 1, as we say, is wins. So, I'm predicting a Liverpool win, a Spurs win, Sunderland win, Leeds win, Hull win, and Burton Albion win. Liverpool, basically, because they're playing against Norwich. Now, that could be seen as a tough team. Norwich have been improving recently, especially with the signings they've made. But I see that as Liverpool's chance to get back on track, and I think they will do that quite comfortably. We've also got Spurs on here for the second Premier League team. For me, I'm looking at that. Crystal Palace have been shocking. Spurs are good and solid. So, you're going to get an easy win there for Spurs. And the third Premier League one out of the 3 I've got is Sunderland to win. Now, a strange one many might seem, but Sunderland have recently had good wins against, I believe, Villa and Swansea, who are both down there. So I believe Bournemouth could be next, and Bournemouth haven't been in the best of form. Although they did win against Norwich 3-0, I believe Sunderland have a good chance of winning that game. Onto the 2 championship teams, I put Leeds and Hull in there. Leeds for a simple reason, they're playing Bristol City. Not been the best of teams so far this season. I believe Leeds could be, ready to steady themselves back towards your higher parts of the table. Maybe not I think the playoffs is out of question, but the higher parts of the table with that win. And we've got Hull. They're playing against Fulham. Fulham, not too sure about them recently. Well, I'm saying that, I had to, brag, but Sheffield Wednesday have beaten them twice, so yeah, they're not a very good team. That was in succession, so League and then Cup. And I think Hull have got enough to beat Fulham. And then one game in League One, which is Burton Albion versus Shrewsbury. Burton are top, in fantastic form. Shrewsbury are in the bottom 4, due to get relegated. So, pretty much speaks for itself, doesn't it? So all in all, we've got the 6 teams. So we've got Liverpool, Spurs, Sunderland, Leeds, Hull and Burton all to win. And if you put a £5 bet on that, you could get £300 plus on returns. I have limited it down a lot on it. I think on Bet365, I got about 400 returns on it. It was £80, or if you put £1 on it, you get 80 back. So, decent odds, considering I feel really strongly about these 6. On to round number 2, Acca number 2 now, which is scorers. So basically this round is all about people that I think are going to score in this game week. And first of all, Aguero. West Ham, yes, they've been very good this season. Yes, they've topped some big teams this season. But City are in good form, and they're learning to play without Vincent Kompany. They're getting clean sheets and they're scoring goals, which was hard for them. Well, the clean sheets wise, without Kompany. Now they've sort of settled without Kompany. They're looking good, and I think Aguero is looking in fine form, and he'll score another goal this weekend. And as a matter of fact, I think another person who's going to score is Harry Kane. Harry Kane, of all people, he's playing against Crystal Palace. Again, they've been shocking recently, and I think it's about time Kane nets himself a goal after not scoring in all of one game, I think. It's not a very good form from Harry Kane. And next up, you've got another Sunderland player. We've got Jermaine Defoe. Now Defoe's in there because I know he scored a few good games against the 2 lower teams, Swansea and Sunderland, Swansea and Villa. There we go. I got there in the end. And against Bournemouth, they do like to concede goals. They have been They have been conceding goals, and I think Defoe will net himself at least 1 in this game. I'm sure of it. As far as the last two go for this, it's two championship players. I'll start off with Mr. Andre Gray of Burnley, who's in fine form, currently the top scorer in general of any player in the championship, and he's facing a Sunday game. I know I'm letting you sit a day for all these before him scoring. My goodness, but he's playing against a Derby team that have been struggling of late compared to Burnley's form. So I feel like Andre Gray could get on a score sheet here. And lastly, big up Sheffield Wednesday, Fernando Forestieri. We have an away game against Reading, and I'm looking at that as we aren't favourites to win that on Bet365. Reading are, but I feel like no, we're in much better form. We haven't lost in 4. We've won 4 straight games. So, I'm looking at that and thinking, brilliant. Forestieri has been in good form recently as well. He likes to have a lot of shots, and I believe in this game he'll get at least 1 goal. So if you had to put a £5 bet on that, you would get at least £600 of returns if all 5 of these people score. Like I say, I've also bet on it, so it's worth you putting a bet on it too. On to round number 3, which is titled Both. Now, it's not a mixture of round number 1 and round number 2. It's both teams to score. I just couldn't bother to write both teams to score on the paper. But basically, we've got a few games I think both teams will score in. Starting off, Sunderland versus Bournemouth. Sunderland like to score goals, like to concede goals. Bournemouth like to score goals, like to concede goals. It's a match made in betting heaven, this one, so there's not much to say on that one. Secondly is West Ham United versus Man City. With Payet back, West Ham look a force and look dangerous. However, Carroll is out injured, but with Payet back, they can do wonders, and he will be able to set up loads of people. He has stunned quite a few big teams with his performances recently, or in this season, so I believe he will get at least West Ham a goal. I think West City will score about 4, to be honest, because if Aguero's in form and Silva's in form and De Bruyne's in form, then I'm sorry, but you've got no hope. On to the third Premier League game out of the 3 Premier League games I've got in this one, and it's Leicester versus Stoke. Now, I did put this one as Jack Butland, I believe, to get a clean sheet in one of the previews, but I'm just getting that inkling feeling that it's going to be like a 1-1 draw or something. I just feel like Vardy might get, invited back to his own party with maybe an Albrighton assist is what I'm feeling. And then Arnautovic to score with an assist from Shaqiri, something like that. I'm predicting a 1-1 draw for that one. So I'm looking as if that's going to be quite a dull game, really. And then we've got 2 championship games after that. We've got Fulham versus Hull. When you've got Mr. McCormack on one side and Mr. Hernandez on the other, there's bound to be goals, and for that reason, I believe they're both going to score. And lastly, Reading versus Sheffield Wednesday. I've gone with Sheffield Wednesday again. I am sorry, but I just feel like both teams are going to score. We like to score, but we also like to concede as well, and especially away from home, we'll be looking, worrying, I'd say. And if we do play Joe Bennett, we just signed on loan from Villa, he does like to attack, so maybe he could leave us a bit open at the back, but I think we will still outscore them, we will still beat them, but, not confident enough to put it on put on round 1, but I feel like both teams will score in that one. And a £5 bet on this one is probably the safest Acca of the day. £5 bet gets you at least £70 return. So, it's not that bad, but, it's not that big of a, price tag, is it? And now, round 4, titled European. Time to get you some predictions on what I feel, or who I feel could win around the world. And this is, just as a spoiler alert, I'm not going to put PSG on here because it's basically, they're going to win. So there's no point putting in there such low odds. If they don't win, you'll be pissed off. So I've left them out. So first of all, Malaga versus Barcelona. I've put Barcelona to win. I know going the big dogs is a bit of a risk, but I can't look past Messi, Suarez and Neymar at the moment, so I've gone with a Barcelona win there. Also gone with Real Madrid winning. It's doomed to fail, but I believe heavily in this, and they are playing an away game against Real Betis, but I believe they will get a win there quite easily. Zidane has proved that his team can score, and I think they'll outscore them quite easily again. Now, got another Spanish game. This is Granada versus Getafe. I might just be one of those YouTubers that Getafe decides that they pronounce everything, like they're born in that country. Getafe. But Granada versus Getafe, however you want to say it, I've put a win for Getafe because I feel like their form going into this is a lot better than Granada's, and I feel like they could pip them. It's another away victory. I'm doomed to fail here. If you think that's bad, game number 4 is Eintracht Frankfurt versus Wolfsburg, and I've put Wolfsburg to win. Again, form looks better, another away victory, but it does get better. I have got a few home ones, because this one is Nantes versus Bordeaux for game number 5, and I've put a Bordeaux win because I feel like Bordeaux are going to have the edge in that one. I've got better form, but trust me. Right, this one, I swear to you, Verona versus Genoa. I've got Genoa to win. Now don't yell, but I feel like again they're going to have the edge. But lastly, I've put Juventus versus Roma, and I've put Juventus to win. I know I've got 1 home victory out of 7, which isn't healthy for an accumulator. But I feel like I've got a strong chance of getting all these to come in for me. And if you put a £5 bet on Barcelona, Real Madrid, Getafe, Wolfsburg, Bordeaux, Genoa, and Juventus all to win, you get at least £5.50, £550 returns. I believe I got somewhere in the lines of £680. You can add things in like PSG if you think that's going to win. Not up it a little bit, maybe somewhere in 700. Who knows? But there we go. Hopefully you enjoy this little concept. This is Kurtyoy presents Acca. Thank you all for watching. Like this video, leave a like. Let me know what you are going to be putting in the accumulator on, or bets in general, in the comments down below. And subscribe if you feel like I'm worthy. I hope to see you all next week, if I do an episode next week. But thank you guys for watching, and peace.